The story's quite simple. A couple are walking their dogs and a dispute happens over the dog.
We need to introduce our characters. We've got guy in red, guy in white, okay? There is another guy in red who comes in later on, but we'll discuss him later. These two, the guy in red whose dog has been bitten potentially by this other dog, immediately goes for the dog handler who happens to be a woman who's in a pink dress. We see at the very beginning. Then the gentleman in the white T-shirt immediately jumps between because he thinks you're going for a woman.
Yeah. And if you listen to it, they start arguing about the dog.
Who's to blame?
Yeah.
He just bumped me. He just bumped me.
They're immediately in each other's face. The white T-shirt guy is absolutely certain that this guy in the red has gone for the woman, not the dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
He keeps pointing at the woman.
Yeah, that's stupid.
This is a good example of posturing. Classic in-your-face dominance dance here. The guy in the white, he's got his arms flayed back, basically, and his chest forward, and he's literally face-to-face, nose-to-nose with the other guy. So close that he doesn't notice the bottle in his hand.
That's my first thought, is that he's got a glass bottle in his hand, and the guy in white doesn't seem to have
noticed
picked up on that.
Yeah, exactly.
You tried to attack the woman, bro. You put your hands up. You put your hands up. You put your hands up, fam. You tried to go to the woman, right? You put your hands up. You tried to put your woman on a woman, right? You crazy. No, I don't care. But you put your hands up on a woman. Are you stupid? I don't. You're animal. You tried to attack a woman.
This is the thing about getting into altercations with a person. You never know how many people are with that person.
When you become focused on them,
tunnel vision.
Exactly.
So when you're tunnel vision on the one person in front of you, you're not aware, but he doesn't know how many people are with that dog walker. So he's stuck in an argument, and that allows a situation where obviously there's someone else in the group. He's walked past the guy in the red with the beard.
Literally around the back.
Around them in a full circle, okay, and ended up throwing a punch.
On a woman, like, you crazy. No, I don't care. But you put your hands up on a woman. Are you stupid? I don't. You're animal. You tried to attack a woman. Stupid.
Intent, capability, and opportunity. Those are the three check marks we spoke about in a previous video. What are they in this situation?
He's weaponized.
So he's shown intent, he's got capability. All he needs is the opportunity. The opportunity is given because what's happened is the guy in the white has got in his personal space because he's focused more so on posturing.
I guess because it's initially started as an argument, people don't necessarily think it's going to get violent, even if they're prepared for violence. They're not thinking tactically.
Yeah, but this is the thing. Most attacks tend to be ego battles, right? And they start from arguments. Arguments lead to, in this case, bottling.
Our main guy in red swings his bottle that he had from the beginning, as we said, and smashes it over the other guy's head.
Yeah, well, he had the opportunity. The key thing is that he's still focused on the bad guy. And this is a classic situation where the guy has no understanding of the amount of people that are potentially dangerous to him.
And we see this, if we play the rest of the video, suddenly you realise he's up against a group.
Yeah, yeah, and they all set upon him. So I've counted 1, 2, 3, 4 people at least at this stage.
That are directly involved.
That are directly involved.
And the guy with no T-shirt, by the way, just gives the guy with the white T-shirt his bottle.
Yes.
To return the bottle favour.
Kay, come here, Kay. Kay, come here. Kay, come here, Kay.
The situation has escalated.
Yeah, I've lost control of this situation in a big way.
He's doing the right thing in terms of trying to back out the situation, but he's giving his back. If they really had serious intent to cause him harm, they could just run at him, get him down quite easily, and just stomp on him. This is a classic situation where the guy has no situational awareness of what's going on, where he's gotten involved and focused. He's maybe had a bit to drink himself, but either way, he's trying to run away and back out of it. Good thing to do. But his attackers aren't really that intent on having a go at him.
I think that it's clear that this could have ended a lot worse for our guy in the red t-shirt, but we're not seeing all of the video. We're seeing when the video cuts off, probably.
So what's the takeaway from this?
You have to maintain situational awareness. You have to be aware of your, let's call them opponents or adversaries, and what intent they have, what capability they have, and whether you're allowing them opportunity.
I mean, my major takeaway is that a lack of situational awareness in this case was that he wasn't present in how many people. He didn't take into account how many people were around him. He focused to the point in the argument with someone that was in his face without assessing, well, who's potentially with these people. Okay, so I'm going to give you some homework. When you're walking down the street, try to identify people in groups. So if you see people hanging out, try to identify who they're potentially with. And you can do that sometimes by the way they dress and the distance that they stand to each other. They don't always have to stand really close, but likewise, if they're in the proximity of each other and they dress quite similarly and they've got a similar sort of vibe, okay, then it's a good chance that there might be a group.
Practice assessing whether people are together.
Try to do that, and that will actually take you one stage further to actually trying to avoid being attacked by multiple assailants.
Great advice.
Thanks for watching.